so happy to be home. Like, it's no joke. Like, okay, I've never been one person that is like, when it comes to police and this and that, like being really one-sided or another or nothing. But after this, like, it's just crazy. Like, I literally was so afraid. I'm so thankful for my mother, because my mom spent the last like 2 days calling all these states and stuff like that, calling everybody, trying to figure out what the hold was on me, because I didn't, like, I had a really old warrant, and then I went to court, and they said they gave me, a new thing where I was supposed to be released. But the jail, like, they had, as soon as I went into booking, like, I remember, like, I was asking about, like, the windows. I was like, oh, is there a second window for, and this and that, which there ended up being. But the officer justified it, saying I was too close to the officer station or whatever. But they were just, like, aggressive, just, like, instantly, like, had, like, an entitlement problem, and probably thought I was just, you know what I mean? Like, they just treat people that way, and they grabbed me, like, and they slammed me into the concrete. They busted, like, I have bruises all up and down the left side of my body. I went and got 7 stitches at the ER. They actually didn't even take me to the emergency room for like 40 minutes. I remember I was going in and out of consciousness for like 40 minutes. But and then they put me in max security and tried to like in isolation, to where I couldn't see nobody could see me or anything like that. And then they put a hold on me for 30 days, like, and my mom, thankfully I told my daughter to try to get a hold of my mom to find out what was going on, because they took all the numbers that I had called the first night, and then they restricted all the numbers, so then I couldn't contact anybody. Any of the numbers I had, I couldn't, like, it was just scary. It was really scary. And I really thought that I wasn't going to be out, like, so I'm really grateful to be out. I'm grateful for my mom that put in work and found out where the mistake was, what officer errored my hold and put this invalid hold on me. And I really believe it was because they didn't want anybody to see my injuries. Yeah, so, I mean, I love you too. It's definitely, like, for all reasons, like, just don't have any involvement with the police or anything like that. But it shouldn't be like that. There's no way it should be like that. There's nothing that they could say to justify, like, what had happened to me at all. But I just want to say hi to everybody, and this is where I've been. I've been going through it, but I'm happy to be out, and I love you guys so much. And I was afraid. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was afraid. It's crazy how once you're in there, how they could just hide you away. And it's terrible. But I'll post this just so, because that way, nobody asks me, like, oh, what happened and stuff like that. That way, everybody can see what happened, know what happened. That sums it up. Yeah, I'm gonna sue. But it's still just traumatizing right now, Yeah. And then, I mean, not to mention, and this is a side note, some other shit, somebody busted out the window, my car windows and stuff. So now I gotta get my kids an Uber to school in the morning and deal with this window and shit. So if it's not one thing, it's another. But I'm not gonna lie, I would rather be here dealing with this window than in there in that fucking max security unit, where they just was like, oh my god, like, anytime you ask, like, you couldn't bother them for nothing, you know what I mean? If so is like a problem, and everybody's so aggressive, and it's just like, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, you know what I mean? At all. It's not right. And honestly, there needs to be like a federal investigation inside of the fucking CCDC, because, like, just how they treated me, like how they did that to me in a matter of like, I wasn't even booked all the way yet. I was asking if there was 2 window 4s. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. The moment that you come in there, that it's like, just y'all stay out of jail. Don't ever go in there. And I'm gonna make my reports and try to fucking, you know, help out, because it needs some attention brought to that facility for sure. But my head hurts. So I'm gonna go get my kids some pizza and hug them and be grateful that I'm out. But yeah, alright y'all, I love y'all. I hope you guys have a good night.